Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share a video or a tutorial on how to crochet a multicolored pencil case. You can keep a lot of things inside of them, and in order to crochet a multicolored pencil case, what you'll need is multicolored yarns of the same range of colors, a crocheting needle or crocheting hook, and I'm using the 3.5 millimeter one, a pair of scissors, a button, and a crocheting needle. So in order to get started, I'm going to do the base from the lightest to the darkest colors. So I will take my crocheting hook and grab the tail of the lightest color and make a slip knot. So what I'm going to do is wrap the yarn around my fingers and pinch the middle of the loop with my thumb and index finger, and then take the other end of the yarn that is not the tail and pull it through the loops with my crocheting hook, which will tighten it and get a loop on the crocheting hook, which is the slip knot. And now I'm going to chain 20. So I'm going to chain 20, but in this one I have chained 12, but we are going to make this one a bit bigger so we have more space in between to keep stuff. And in order to chain 20, what we're going to do is we're going to take the yarn, wrap it around the hook, pull it through the loop, so we have chained 1 right here. We're going to do it again, wrap the yarn around the hook and then pull it through the loop, so we have chained 2. Now we're going to chain 18, so we have 20 chains. Wrap it around the yarn, pull it through, 3 chains. Wrap the yarn, pull it through, 4 chains. I'm going to do it until I reach 20 chains. Here I have reached 20 chains or crocheted 20 chains, and now I will show you the pattern for the pencil case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip this chain, the first chain right here, and go to the second chain, which is right here. So what I'm going to do is I will go through the second chain right here. Can you see this? Okay, you can see this here, this one, and grab the yarn and pull it through. So now I have 2 loops on my hook, and then go to the next chain, which is this one, and do the same. Grab the yarn and pull it through. So now I have 3 loops on my crocheting hook, and then I will go and grab the yarn and pull it through all 3 of them. So now I have did 2 single crocheted, 2 single crocheted, 2 single crocheted in the same stitch. And let me repeat that. So we are going to go through the same stitch that we did right now. So this one is the same stitch, and then grab the yarn and pull it through. So now we have 2 loops on the hook, and then we're going to go through the next stitch, which is this one, and grab the yarn and pull it through. So now we have 3 loops on the hook, and then we're going to grab the yarn and pull it through all 3 of them. Let me show it again. So we're going to go through the same stitch that we did right now, grab the yarn and pull it through, and then go to the next stitch, which is this one here, right here, and then we're going to grab the yarn and pull it through. So this is the pattern that we're going to follow until we reach the end of this chain, like all the 20 chains. So let's go back to the same stitch and do it all over again. The last stitch right now here, so we're going to just do it. Here we have the last stitch being done, and we're going to go through the same last stitch here. I hope you can see this. So here we're going to go through the same last stitch, do a single crochet and then do an increase. Now we're going to turn our work over and repeat what we did on these two rounds. So we're going to skip the increase chain and go to the first stitch, grab the yarn, pull it through so we have 2 loops, and then go to the second chain over here and grab the yarn, pull it through so we have 3 loops, grab the yarn and pull it through all 3 of them so we have the first stitch of the round 3. Let's do the second one. We go through the same stitch, grab the yarn, pull it through, go through the next stitch, which is this one, grab the yarn and pull it through. Now we have 3 loops, and grab the yarn and pull through all of them. So I'm going to do it until here and come back and show you how to do the increase or the border again, so you'll get remember how to do it again. Here I am going to end round 3, so I am in my last stitches and I have 2 loops around the hook, and I'm just going to do my last stitches. Go. And now we have reached the end over here, so let me just do the 2 single crochets. And here we are done, but now we're going to go to the same stitch, this one, this is the last stitch, and do a single crochet. So I'm going to go through it and then grab the yarn, pull it through, and now I have 2 loops, grab the yarn and pull it through all those 2 loops, and gonna do an increase and turn my work over. So I'm going to repeat it till I reach my desired length. So as you can see, I am completing this crocheting pattern for the lightest color, this yellow color. So let me just go and do the last stitches. 2 loops on the hook and then through the last stitch, 3 loops on the hook, and grab the yarn and pull through all 3 of them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the last stitch and do a single crochet and then insert the next color, which is the orange color. So I'm going to go through the last stitch, grab the yarn, pull through the stitch and do a single crochet, and I'm going to do an increase, but I'm going to insert the orange yarn. So I'm going to pull the end of the yarn, wrap the yarn around the hook, and then I'm going to pull the yarn through the yellow loop, pull the orange yarn through the yellow loop. So I have made an increase. Let me just show it again. So go through the loop, the yellow loop, and then grab the orange yarn through the hook, wrap it around the hook, and pull it through the loop. So here we have the increase round, and after doing so we can flip our work together and cut off the excessive yellow strand of yarn. Let me just do that real quick. Here we go. And now I'm going to continue crocheting like how I did with the yellow yarn. So I'm going to skip the first stitch. I'm going to skip the first stitch and go through the next stitch. I'm going through the next stitch and then grabbing the yarn by the hook, pulling it through the hook, and then going into the next stitch, grabbing the yarn and pulling it through the stitch. So now I have 3 loops on the hook, and grabbing the yarn and pulling through all 3 of them. So I have created 1 single stitch from the orange yarn. Here we are going through the same stitch again, and then into the next one. Grab the yarn, pull it through, and we have 3 loops on the hook now. And now we're going to pull through all 3 of them. So I'm going to continue that until I reach the desired length with my yellow yarn for my pencil case. So here I am finishing off my darker color, this orange color, and I'm going to do a few more stitches so I can finish it off and add the next color, which is the reddish color. Here we go. And now that I have reached the end, I will do one single crochet in the end stitch and repeat what I did when I was joining the yellow one with the orange one. So I'm going to take my red yarn, wrap it around the crocheting hook right there and pull it through, so I made an increase, and then I will cut off the excess of the orange yarn here, cut off the excess of the orange yarn, and going to flip my work over and do what I did while making the yellow and orange yarn. And also the length of the orange yarn is just as equal to the length of the yellow one, so I have equally constructed the colors so it looks a bit more symmetric. Let me show it how I did it. So I just go skip one stitch right here, this one, and then go to the next stitch right here and grab the yarn, pull it through the stitch, and then go to the next stitch, which is this one, and then grab the yarn and pull it through. So now I have 3 loops on my hook. Grab the yarn and pull it through all 3 of them. So that's how I did it on the orange yarn and the yellow one, and I'm going to repeat it with the red one and do it until I reach the desired length, which is like similar to both of them. So let me just do that. Here you can see I have finished off my crocheting of the red yarn, and now we have a long strip of 3 different colors, and all 3 of them are equally like measured, so they all are like this. And what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to take my last color, which is this color, but this time I'm not going to increase the length of this strip, since like I'm going to fold it into the shape of the pencil box, and this is the required shape, required length that I need. And if we measure it, it's like about 46 centimeter, 47 centimeter, which is about 18 inches. So you can make the length as much as you like. I'm just making it a bit shorter side, since the breadth is wide. So yeah, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to construct the side of this, so not joining one but this one. As you can see, there are some yellow crochets over here. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take the new yarn, since this pencil case we're making is multicolored, and take the loop that I just left open in here, and then grab the new yarn that I would be working with, and pull it through the red one. And I'm going to do single crochet all throughout the holes. Can you see them holes? Yeah, this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my crocheting hook, go through the holes that are like from the the single crochet that we did at the end of each round. So I'm going to go through that and then grab the yarn, put it around and do a single crochet, and I'm going to continue it on the length of the yarn, so throughout the whole 4 sides. Let me show it again. So now I'm going to go through the second hole, which is this one right here. This one right here, as you can see, this one is the first yarn, sorry, first hole. This one is the second one. I hope you can see this. So I'm going to go through that and then grab the yarn, pull it through. So now I have 2 loops, and then pull through all 3 of them. So I have do 2 single crochet on the side, and now we're going to go to the next hole. So we're going to go and pull a crocheting hook through it, grab the yarn and pull it through. So now we have did 3 single crochet on the edge, and I'm going to continue doing it till I reach the very first right here again, so all through the 4th side. Let me just do the next one, the yarn, and pull through the hoops on again, next one, grab the yarn, pull through. Here we go. Let me just do all the sides real quick and come back. You can see I have did single crochet in one side, and I'm going to reach the corner of this strip, and when I reach the corner, you're going to do 4 single crochet in one hook, so in one stitch. So this is the stitch in which we are going to do 4 single crochet. In here we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then in the next one right here, this one, I'm going to do 4 single crochet. So here we go, 1, go into the same stitch, and 2, and then 3 and 4. So when you get to the corners, we are going to do 4 single crochet in one stitch or gap, so that you get a curved, nice curved shape, curved end when you like fold the pencil strip to make a case. And now I'm going to do single crochet towards here, 4 single crochet in the corner, single crochet towards this whole line, and 4 single crochet in the corner, 4 single crochet right here. Let me just do that real quick. So here you can see that I have completed doing single crochet with the darkest color all throughout the strip, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the excess right here. Here I'm going to cut off all of this and pull it through so it has tightened. And now if you flip the work over to this side, which has like threads and all that stuff where we inserted our new colors, we are going to tie those threads together and then leave off the excess. Like, if you have any other way to do it, I would take your opinion, but this is what I do. I just take both of the pieces of yarn, wrap it tightly about like 3 times, 1, 2 and 3, and then I will just cut off enough for it to not get undone. And I'm going to do it for here too, here and here. It has like 2 ones, so we're going to do it in here. Going to wrap the yarn over one another, and 1 knot, 2 knot and 3 knot. So we are done with this one, and then here we are going to do 3 knots as well. As you can see, this one has like 3 strands coming out because I joined the thread in here, so I will just wrap them all 3 together and tie them into a knot. 1 knot, 2 knot and 3 knot. And now I'm going to cut off the excess part of it. So what we are going to do is we are going to stitch the pencil case, and I'm going to keep the side which has these knots inside of the pencil case, so it does not really show how it looks. And now I'm going to weave the crocheting hook through the two stitches right here. I hope you can see this, and take my yarn and pull it through those two, of them. And I'm going to do the next one right here, go through the next one and do a slip stitch. So you just go again, grab the yarn and pull the yarn through the stitches and pull the yarn again through the loop. Now we're going to go through the next one, which is this one. Go through the stitches, grab the yarn, pull the yarn through the stitches, and then pull the same yarn through the loop. We're going to continue it until we reach the midpoint here, so that I will show you how to do the button holder thing. Here you can see that I've stitched these two strips together, and this one is like still flapping, but I'm going to not going to stitch in here. We're going to go to the covering part, or this part of the strip, and then in the middle, when we reach the middle of this border, we are going to do 5 or like 7-8 single crochet and then twist them over, so we have something to put our button in. So instead of continuing this slip stitches in here, we are going to do it in here. That's just what I wanted to say. Here I have reached the middle, or like partially middle of the cover of this pencil case, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 8. So like over here I'm going to chain 8, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8, and now I'm going to skip about 3 stitches and then go through the, so like 1 2 3, and this is the 4th one right here, so go through the 4th stitch and connect it there. So 4th stitch, and I'm going to pull a slip stitch, and here we have it. This is what we are going to have the button holding on to when we close the pencil case. And now I'm going to do slip stitches until I reach the end. So when I reach here, I'm going to do slip stitches and join these two. So let me just meet you after doing it. I have finished doing slip stitches across the strip and joined the strip by folding it, and I cut off the excess fabric, and now I'm going to take my needle and pull the yarn through the needle, crocheting needle, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the needle through the bag and then pull it out from the inside, so that the excessive yarn just goes and remains inside instead of dangling outside, because I don't know how to deal with them. I just do this. I did the same thing here, so I'm just doing it here too. So just pull it out and push it in, and oh, here you have it. Now we are going to attach the button, so I'm going to grab the same bit of remaining of the red yarn that I have here. So I'm going to grab a button that I showed in the beginning and a bit of the red yarn that we used in here, and going to put the yarn through the needle and then I'm going to close my pencil case appropriately, and then going to mark here. So this is the place where I want it to be. I'm going to keep it right there, right here, and I'm going to sew it by going through this hole to this hole and taking it through the pencil case. Yes, so I'm going to show the button right here, so it kind of like covers the pencil case, like closes the pencil case, and I'm going to do it with the remaining bit of the red fabric that I had. Let me just do it. So I sewed the button. So I sewed the button. What I did was I threaded the needle through this hole and pulled it through the second one, and then I basically just pulled a few knots and cut it out, and now the pencil case is crocheted, or the pencil case is ready. So here you have it.